courtroom own pets? Most of us do. If so, then this case may be of special importance to you. Today we will be proceeding with the case of Esdras versus a coalition of responsible pet owners who accuse Esdras of buying a purebred dog and giving it up to a shelter with 3 counts of ignorance and 1 of negligence. We here at the Kishwaukee College Court are proud pet owners against purebreeding animals and have spent many hours researching why purebreeding animals is bad. Purebreeding is a terrible practice and people seeking to purchase pets should buy purebred. I am your court stenographer and will be following the case intently. Let's hope justice is served. And here comes our judge. All rise.
All right, please be seated. I got a lot of cases today, so let's try and make this snappy. What are we going over today?
I would like to educate the court on the history of purebreeding.
And Your Honor, I would like to crush Nicole and win this case by countering Nicole here and talking about the advantages of purebred dogs.
All right, Mr. Castillo, what are you here for?
I'm just here filling my butt, Your Honor.
All right. Wonderful. Let's proceed with the case. Let's hear from the prosecution.
I would like to dig through the history of purebreeding dogs. Let's begin with the definition. According to www.dictionary.com, purebreeding is defined as an animal that is bred from the same breed or variety. Dog breeding became popular in the Victorian era, where dogs were actually bred from a close ancestry, and they thought that this somehow made them more superior in both appearance and in general goodness. In the book, The Truth About Dogs, an inquiry in the ancestry, social conventions, mental habits, and moral fibers of Canis familiaris, published in 2000, Stephen Prudansky says that the principle of purebreeding dogs sparked the science of eugenics, a term coined by Sir Francis Galton in 1883. That study was used to apply domestic animal breeding techniques to humans to produce a good and pure elite. In order to maintain the pureness of animals, breed of animals were generally inbred to keep the quality of traits ongoing. Inbreeding is mating together closely related animals such as mother-son, father-daughter, and even siblings together. Dogbreedinfo.com, access May 6, says that the limited gene pool caused by continued inbreeding means that the deleterious genes become widespread and then the breed loses its vigor.
Your Honor, if I could interject, I'd really like for us to paw our way to the truth. According to The Truth About Purebred Dogs, published in 2014, many purebred dogs were bred for specific purposes. These include hunting, herding animals, guarding estates, and pulling carts and sleds. However, dogs are no longer used for those purposes and are left with these working behaviors. These working behaviors include high energy, aggression towards other animals, suspicion against strangers, and being independent rather than following orders. According to a New York Times article published in 2013, The Ethics of Raising a Purebred Dog, these working behaviors are cited as dogs not following their pedigree or their billing, and is the #1 reason why dogs are sent to shelters. Also, the heavy inbreeding of purebred dogs means purebreds have a variety of health issues. According to the Health of Purebred Dogs published in 2012, the physical features purebreds are bred to have cause these issues and shorten their lives. Great Danes have joint problems, Dachshunds and Basset Hounds have back problems, and Boxers and other wrinkly dogs have skin and eye issues. Purebred dogs also have higher rates of heart disease, seizures, and epilepsy, and cancer. The New York Times article goes on to say that these diseases and disorders are inherited directly because of their purebred breeding standards. A study published by the Veterinary Journal in 2009 showed that 50 breeds studied had inherited disorder directly related to their prescribed breeding standards.
Since when are stenographers part of the case? I will have no more interruptions in this court. I will have order. No matter how educational it may be, let's get on with this. Let's hear from the defense. What do you have to say?
Your Honor, that is preposterous. Purebreds have plenty of advantages, so let's slobber all over the slander for crying out loud. For starters, adopting or purchasing a purebred makes it easier for the person adopting to find an animal that is suitable for their home. According to PetMD, access May 4th of this year, some of the advantages of having a purebred dog is that you're able to tell from the breeders what to expect as far as in size, temperament, behavior, and health history. Responsible breeders carefully match prospective breeding pairs based on temperament and physical conformity. Your Honor, sometimes having a mixed breed comes at a very high cost. You can't always predict if the dog will be a large dog or a small dog, or predict their temper. What happens to those who have a child who has autism and they want a small, medium-sized dog that has a low energy levels, and you adopt a mixed breed dog and you can't predict what's going to happen to them. Also, Your Honor, according to pet breeders, here's a perfect picture of someone breeding for size. It's for temperament, and they're great around children. Another advantage of having a purebred dog is the ability to show off your hard work and your effort that you put in your animal as far as obedience, training, appearance, and tricks. According to the Funk and Ragnall's New World Encyclopedia, purebreds are able to compete for prizes and titles on the basis of their show qualities or trainings. Not to mention, Your Honor, I have over 500 different testimonials in regards to owners who are very happy with their purebred dogs. For example, here they have one that says, "Thank you, purebred breeders, for helping us to find our wonderful puppy, Maggie." So I think it's very safe to say that adopting a mixed breed dog is like taking a shot in the dark. You don't know what to expect.
I can't take it anymore. This is killing me, man. Yeah, maybe. Look at this guy. I brought my poodle here just to show. Oh, by the way, did you also know that a poodle is also the number 30, like the third most used dog worldwide? But let's get back to this. I can't take it, Your Honor. I mean, these things are adorable, but they comes at a high cost. If you don't mind, I'll chew through my defense just to, like, even though it jeopardizes my case or not. I can't. I just can't. Did you know, according to scientificamerican.com, an article published by, by Claire Maldorilli on February 21st, 2014, which I pulled out of this 2015, the chances of they have a higher chance of getting inherited diseases. So you think they might be cute, but they're going to die sooner or later. Oh, they're going to be in puppy heaven right now. This is what's going to happen to them. And then also, it's also noted, like in larger animals like German Shepherds or in Saint Bernards, that they have a higher chance of getting high dysplasia in larger breeds and all that. And also patellar luxation or persistent dislocation in the kneecap in toy dogs or small ones. So yeah, they're cute for now, but sooner or later they're gonna break their legs. You're going to feel guilty about it. We're all going to pay for this. And also, according to another source of an article written by Benoit Denzai Lewis, on a newspaper article at the New York Times, also said that a post that he wrote on November 22nd of 2011, that you've seen bulldogs. They're nice, they're pretty big, but it's been questioned whether we should see them or not. I mean, they may be adorable in some ways, but they have a harder time of breathing. They can't give birth or even mate with each other without any assistance whatsoever. So just look at it just as long as you can, because most time the lifespan of a bulldog is up to like 6 years at minimum. So yeah, feel good about that. Just know that. You may think it looks adorable right now, but in the inside it's suffering. You should feel shame. Shame on all of you.
Ooh, I'd like to interject again, Your Honor.
What is this, Pepper?
Well, also, Cocker Spaniels are bred to have these very tiny heads, and their skulls aren't big enough for it. So their brain and their spinal cord gets filled with fluid, and they die. Your Honor.
Is that all stenographer?
Yes.
I don't have time to review this case in my chamber, so let's cover it here. We've dug through the history of pure breeding, pawed to the truth, slobbered over the so-called slander, and chewed through our rebuttal. Really, Mr. Castillo? I've had enough. The court finds Mr. Castillo guilty on all charges and sentences him to 500 hours of community service and life without a pet.
Wait, say what? So you tell me I have to give away my poodle away just because of that?
That's right, Mr. Castillo.
Oh, my poodle! Oh, my poodle! This is some BS, man. Come on!
Order.
Are you kidding me? What I can't go to life without no pet.
Mr. Castillo, take your seat.
I will not take my seat, man. I love that poodle, man. I had it for 6 years.
I will have order.
Give me that damn. Give me that damn.
Take your seat, Mr. Castillo.
I'm sorry.
On top of your community service of 500 hours, you are designated to help out at our local shelters. Let this be a lesson to all of you today who want to buy a purebred dog. Adopt a mutt. It can save their life and they're going to be more healthy. Case closed.